My next guest takes on Abel Trujillo coming up here at UFC on Fox 26 in Winnipeg on December 16th. It is John the Bull Makdessi joining me here on the program. John, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are you guys?
I'm doing very well. It's good to talk to you again. And you're actually down in Milwaukee training at Roufusport. Anyone who's been following you on social media knows you've been down there for quite a bit. How did that come together with you going down and training at Roufusport?
Yeah, I mean, basically back at home, it's been over 10 years. I've been living in Canada. Obviously, my home heritage, born in Nova Scotia, raised in Montreal, and I just wanted I wanted to expand my horizon. I was just, it's more of a personal choice. I needed to burst my bubble, and this last year was personally, career-wise and personal-wise, it was a very down, things weren't going so well, and I just, I wasn't happy back at home. So I wanted to start over again. I left everything in Montreal and decided to come to Milwaukee. I hit it off with Duke. I came here for a tryout a couple of weeks, and I really felt the connection with the guys and with Duke, and I just I just didn't look back. I just decided to make this my home.
Great. Did you contact Duke on your own? Like, what was the connection there? Did you just sort of reach out to him and say, hey, I'm looking for somewhere to train, or how did that sort of come together?
Well, Mitch Mayberger has been helping me with my career. He's my leader. He represents me, and he knew my situation. He knew how I was struggling back at home, and I wasn't really fully fulfilled. So he actually suggested Duke, and I tried, and I went. He told me go down to Milwaukee, try it out, and let me know what you think. And actually, Mitch is the guy who connected me to Duke.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's great. Now, are you like living out in Milwaukee full time, or are you just there for camp? Like, did you move from Montreal, or is Montreal still home for you?
Well, I mean, with the whole citizenship and everything, right now, it's been a tough road for me this year. In all aspects. So right now, I'm taking step by step. I still have a place back at home, Montreal, but my goal is to make this my home. So. Taking things step by step. Right now, the focus is on my training camp and my next fight.
Excellent. And I know there's another Canadian down there training with you guys in a different weight class, but Ryan James is down there as well training at Roufusport.
Yeah, he actually left. He's fighting soon. He was down here, and he went back home now.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that's good. You haven't fought, we haven't seen you in the cage since UFC 206 in Toronto last year. Has it just been injuries? What's sort of been the reason why you haven't fought for so long?
Like I said, I don't want to be that guy that. For me, like I said, it's a personal thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
For me, martial arts fighting is. I don't want to fight just for the cash. I don't want to fight. I don't want to be those guys just go in there not mentally strong. You know what I mean? Like for me, I want to perform and I want to become a champion and I want to be one of the best fighters. So anyone that knows me, my last fight, that wasn't really. I take my hats off my opponents. It's competition. You know what I mean? Mentally, you got to be there. You know what I mean? But anyone that knows me, my last fight was a write-off. And before I started, even the fight I was supposed to fight Sage Northcutt, I was actually forcing stuff. I wasn't really happy. I was just focusing too much on the money part because I was struggling because I had no income for over a year now. So it's been very stressful for me. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of stuff, business-wise. I just couldn't trust anyone around me, so I had to start all over again. I'm restarting my life here in Milwaukee and Duke, and I really feel that they actually care about me. You know what I mean? It's more than just the fighting and the business part. Martial arts is a lifestyle. I just want to feel like people around me actually care about me, and that's why before I fight again, I wanted to make sure that I have good structure. Because without structure, it doesn't matter what anybody can be in. The best fighters can crumble, you know what I mean? So it's to get that structure, get that good team behind you, so you can have a good spirit.
Fantastic. Well, I'm really happy things have worked out for you. You seem in good spirits, and I know a lot of guys over at Roufusport, and it certainly is a great camp. So I'm really happy that you've found your footing there. But let's talk about this fight with Abel Trujillo. Were you glad to get this matchup? Because you guys were supposed to fight at UFC 186 in 2015. Of course, Shane Campbell took that fight. Are you happy this has finally come together, this matchup?
I mean, yeah, Abel, we were supposed to fight. At the end of the day, it's destiny, right? At the end of the day, the 155 division is, in my eyes, is the most, is the best division in the whole in the whole UFC. You know what I mean? It's the most talented and the most in-depth division. That being said, they matched me up with Abel, and at the end of the day, this is the fighting game. You have to step up to competition, and I'm very aware. I heard that he's been talking a lot, and that's everybody plays those cards, and December 6th, I want to be very comfortable, and December 16th, we'll see what happens.
Excellent. And how do you feel like you match up against him? Because, I mean, both of you guys like to strike. I think this definitely is going to be one of the candidates for fight of the night.
Well, listen, the thing about me is this, it's an entertainment business. I'm a performer. I want to go out there and I take the risk. I stand there. I keep it the fight standing. The fans want to see excitement. So blood, sweat, and tears, I'm going to bring December 16th. My goal is not to hold the guy for 15-minute rounds. I'm there to give the fans excitement. So we'll see. I highly doubt it. I believe in my eyes that he's going to try to take me down. But, it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm ready, and I'm ready for anything. You know what I mean? And my goal is to be the top 15.
So if I had to guess, training partners over at Roufusport, Manuel Sanchez, Eric Koch, JP St. Louis, guys like that, is that sort of who you've been training with over there?
Oh, yeah, man. Paul Felder, Anthony Pettis, Sergio Pettis. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of high-level guys I've been training with and seeing different types of variety, and great bunch of guys. I mean, everybody has good spirits, and we all work good together.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. How much confidence does that give you getting to train with guys in those weight classes and, just being able to train with them every day? Because those are all UFC level guys, all really top-notch guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. At the end of the day, it's all about confidence, But confidence comes from understanding what you're doing, So what I like about Duke and the team, they all work in sync. That's the difference. It's like I said, without structure, there's not really. If you don't have structure, you go into a fight kind of confused and disillusioned. You know what I mean? So Duke and the team, they work very well together, and they understand that each fighter is individual. It's an individual sport, so they don't really train you to be a robot. They train you to be your own special person. You know what I mean? And everyone has their own style. And I have my own style. And working with Duke, he's bringing that confidence back into me versus where in the past I kind of lost that confidence because thinking that I needed to be like everyone else.
Right. Excellent. Well, I'm glad that's worked out. How's the weight cut going, getting down to lightweight now? I know it's something you've really refined over the years. It seems like everything's going according to plan.
I mean, I'm not a big 155er at all. I'm actually, the people want it. Actually, a lot of people think that I should get to 145, but the way my body is built and everything, like I said, I want to be a happy fighter. A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. Like, I don't want to be one of those guys where they lose a lot of weight dramatically. I'm floating. I'm walking around between 165, 164 after a workout. So I mean, I'm very lean. I've been training very hard for this guy. You know what? Regardless of whatever happens, like I said, I'm at my most in peace. I'm very. When you lose everything, you're willing to die. So when you're willing to die, there's nothing in front of you can stop you.
Excellent. How do you sort of see this fight ending on the 16th? Are you seeing a finish in this one, or do you feel like it's going to go to 3 rounds? I
mean, listen, my goal is always to go out there and do a perfect finish. I mean, the setup and anyone that knows John Makdessi, they know that I'm always going in there to try to finish the guy. So, I take it step by step, and we'll see. If any mistake he makes, I'm going to have to capitalize.
As far as what's next after this fight, I mean, I know you're not looking past your opponent, but I imagine you want to fight more frequently just because you've had this big gap this year.
I mean, listen, yeah, of course. The goal, that's what I like about Duke. He makes me. He's also very intelligent. He's been a fighter himself, and he understands the fighting business. He understands the fighting business very well. So if everything goes, being healthy, having longevity, of course, I want to fight more frequently.
Okay, great. And who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Emmanuel Sanchez and Duke Rufus.
Nice. That you can't go wrong with either of those guys. Before I let you go, I know Amy Kaplan, who I know works at FanSided. She's been doing a bit of a documentary on you. How has that been, sort of having the cameras around you and following your journey and getting people to see another side of you outside of the cage?
Yeah, Amy has been she's been a good friend of mine. We connected off Twitter, and it's. I mean, like I said, it's been a rough year. So she kind of understands, and she's been very nice to me. And right now she's in Singapore, but yeah, it's been great, man. She took a lot of good footages, and she's been helping me out with the social media. this business is hard, to find a good group of people around you, that it's very hard to find a good structure. I mean, people, they come and go. If you're on your low side, people kind of disappear. When you're on your high, everybody wants to be your friend. It's a very tough fighting business. People don't understand. We're slaves. This is we're a slave. I mean, we're just, like Duke says, we're Spartans. We're in the gym. This is our life. We dedicated our whole life to fighting and martial arts. So, I mean, most people, they think it's a fabulous life. They think it's a rock star life, but the reality is it's blood, sweat, and tears.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to the documentary, and I'm certainly looking forward to this fight. It's UFC on Fox 26 coming up here December 16th. John, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you're in the middle of training camp, so I really appreciate it. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, man. Well, basically, just, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I always try to post inspirational stuff, and I'm more of I'm at a point where I'm focusing on personal growth. You know what I mean? I find a lot of people, they neglect that part, and I think it's truly important for every individual to focus on personal growth. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, John Makdessi. You can always go there, support me, and look at my latest updates.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.